Hello everybody and welcome to the Summer 2022 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. Today we have another double race for you. We actually have the Fitzentoaster versus up2ng as a separate matchup from Thilotilo versus rBarbaloot. They are all going to be running on the same seed, but it's just going to be the top two versus the top two versus each other, and then the bottom two versus each other. It's not a four-player race. So I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentators booth is Math Girl, our restreamer.
Hello everybody, and this is gonna be a fun race. I have never heard of Fitzentoaster. rBarbaloot, I think, is new in this tournament. up2ng and Thilotilo, of course, being well-known vets of this game, and we're off.
Alright, yeah, I mean, it would not be the first time a newcomer to the tournament has completely upset the brackets.
Ooh, wings!
Yes,
Two sets of wings.
So, if you know how to do that, you can actually save yourself a key here by using the wings instead of the key, which can lead to some interesting shenanigans. Thilotilo immediately does so, up2ng does.
I don't think Fitzentoaster... Oh, yes, he does.
Just did it.
Okay, he scared me.
Yeah,
yes.
All four of them have done that. up2ng immediately checking the armory. You've got flute,
belt.
You've got belt.
Herb. And torch, so no gold grind available easily.
Yet. There may be something in the basement. Fitzentoaster and rBarbaloot are both doing a safety save here. That way, if they don't find anything nice in the armory, they can check the back door and see if there's anything back there.
Yep. Also, give me a minute. I'm gonna put some filters on rBarbaloot because that screen's really dark.
Not a problem. Looks like up2ng hit the reset button. I guess he didn't like what he found in the armory and is going to just take his key with him. I think rBarbaloot's doing the same thing.
There we go.
Ooh, ghosts have the heal spell. That's annoying at this stage in the game. Scorpions have the spell of stop spell. Speaking of spells, our runner started with both heal and heal more, and they all have 8 magic points, so they can actually cast it. Drakees with the DL2 breath. Murder bats in play.
Yep.
So that's a thing. So we've got murder bats. These Magidrakes, I think, have stop spell. I didn't see if they had anything else. These scorpions have baby breath, it looks like. So scorpions have baby breath and stop spell to keep them from healing. That's going to be problematic. So of the enemies we've encountered so far that we're capable of tackling, ghosts have heal, scorpions have baby breath and stop spell, drakees have DL2 breath, wolves just bite. Ouch!
Alright, so what did I miss in the few seconds I was messing with
we're just pointing out that there are not very many targets available to our runners that they can reasonably take on. These ghosts have a heal spell, which makes them unattractive unless you manage to get lucky and get through it. The scorpions have baby breath and stop spell. and their heal spell is going to be how they're going to be able to take those things on. Drakees, as you see on rBarbaloot's side, to have DL2 breath.
Ew.
At this point, unless you run into like a slime or a red slime, you're kinda stuck.
Oh no, Tilo going for... Oh, he might just learn the hard way.
Yeah, you can try to kill a ghost with a torch. It's a range though, and if you don't get that range and it heals, it feels bad, man.
Yep. And Tilo gets the bad news.
Meanwhile, rBarbaloot is desperately trying to swing on this Magidrakee. Unfortunately, since his attack power is not very amazing, he's doing chip damage to it, but if it continues casting that stop spell at him, he might actually be able to get away with this.
Yep, but, so I know Fitzen and Tilo both have seen the DL2 breath. Have the other two seen it at all?
I think all four runners have seen it at this point.
Okay, that's a good thing, at least.
Ah, Fitzentoaster is now running into a normal slime and has defeated it.
So, this is a math girl seat.
It certainly is. Let's see how long it's going to be for the runners to get out of level 1 jail. rBarbaloot almost taking the Magidrakee down, unfortunately does not quite get a chance to pull it off.
Oh my.
Yeah, this is just being very painful. Meanwhile, up2ng going to go ahead and save again. I'm betting he's gonna check the basement and see if there's a way out that direction.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I mean, at least find out what's down there.
Oh, no, he's actually going in the armory. He's gonna see if he can do something with this torch. Maybe throw the torch at a Drakey? Or the ghost, if you've... I mean, it's a range, but you've got a 3 in 4 chance of hitting that range.
Oh, this is such a risky thing, though, to throw away your key.
Scorpion, maybe.
Oh,
you know,
we've got
a torch
Stone's Cave.
No, he's got, like,
Token at the Stone's Cave. And resetting?
Oh, so the basement had the freebie cave that had the token in it.
Ah, so that was the basement. Okay, so, yeah, no gold grind.
No gold grind, unfortunately. Not unless you get something really weird, like, if you could... No, actually, no, you can't. Now, even if Swamp backed into Garrenham, you still wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. I mean, there
Well,
can
actually,
be a...
yes, you could. Yes, you could. If Swamp backed into Garrenham, you go into Garrenham, you loot the 3 chests, you go down into Swamp, you die. Star Wyverns have Sweet Spell. That's annoying. And then you're back at the thing. 3 chests is enough to enable a gold. Well, no, because you don't.
We don't have a gold chest, though.
Yeah. So yeah, no, there is no gold grind available.
Need a gold
now that
chest
he's
to
seeing
do
more
that.
slimes, he reset to keep the key, which was actually a pretty smart move on his part. Slimes apparently do have the basic hurt spell, which is kind of the least dangerous ability that we've seen of any of these tier 0 and 1 enemies so far. rBarbaloot does hit level 2, gets the repel spell.
I don't think that's quite what we were looking for.
No, I'm sure he would have preferred something like, oh, I don't know, hurt. Yeah, 3007. As MTI would say, I love it!
Oh my. Let's hope level 3 brings something nicer. Then again, I have been known to roll seeds where you can't leave baby jail until level 10.
I have witnessed those particular seeds before, yes. Then again, you also have a tendency to roll jet seeds that start off abysmal until you get out of baby jail, and then all of a sudden you find everything at your fingertips and you're just done.
Or my personal favorite, everything goes sweet and smoothly until Sherlock, and then BAM!
Yeah, there's that too. I've seen that happen a couple of times this tournament, in addition to the rather infamous one that happened previously. Yeah, as is pointed out in chat, you do have to experiment in this kind of a situation. You just have to see what works for you. Sometimes it works out, sometimes not. These Drakees are actually getting close to one-shot territory. Once they do, the DL2 breath doesn't really matter that much because they're dead before they can breathe.
Yep, and Tilo also gets the bad news that level 2 is a big old nothing burger.
Yep, now, Scorpions do have the baby breath and the stop spell, which does make them annoying. Meanwhile, up2ng finally hitting level 2.
Also getting the bad news. This is not a pretty sight.
No, but at the same time...
Oh, hey, level 3. 5, 1, 7, 6. Okay, sleep. Okay. That's it.
Sleep spell is actually going to be incredibly useful in this scenario. Now you can sleep Scorpions, you can sleep Ghosts, you can sleep Drakees. You now have options on these enemies that are normally one-shotting you.
Yep.
So this could be the way out of baby jail.
As Beta Strep points out, it's not quite out of baby jail yet, but it's on its way. Star Wyverns, according to Beta Strep, also with DL2 breath.
So, Star Wyverns have the full wombo combo then. Jerkbirds confirmed. Murder Bats confirmed. I love it!
And we don't have stop spell. Who else went to level 16 stop spell? I do.
Full restart for up2ng. Oh, I know. Oh, as it pointed out in chat, I'm betting I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna force a torch grind and fill up his inventory with torches to try and just start pitching torches until he gets level 3.
Also, did we miss level 4 on Fitzentoaster, or was that the one I called out?
That was the one you called out. That was when he got sleep.
Okay. Wait, did I miss level 2?
I think he kind of got both 3 and 4 at the same time.
Oh, that's an atrocious level 3 and 4 if that's the case.
No, we missed it. He got another 10 strength. So now they've got some strength. They've got the sleep spell. So this gives them an opportunity to actually start killing some of these things.
Also stop spell in that, so that can help.
Stop spell will help against some enemies, but that won't do anything against that DL2 breath from the Strakies.
Oh, you love DL2 breath.
It's a spicy meatball. Oh wait, wrong franchise.
Alright, level 5. 11013. Okay.
Oh wow, up2ng resetting again.
up2ng, I mean, I hate to say just losing time, but when you full reset, that's more or less what you're doing.
I mean, there are situations where a reset can really come in handy, but this is not one of those cases, I don't think.
I mean, far be it from me to, like, claim that I'm no better than up2ng, but I am very confused.
Yeah, well, he is checking the basement, so we'll see what's down here, and it is Freebie Cave. Yeah, Freebie Cave in the basement? Who rolled this?
Oh, who knows? Certainly wouldn't have been me, would it?
Could have been anyone, I guess.
Oh, man. But yeah, up2ng just straight up lost 10 minutes there.
Well, I mean, given that rBarbaloot is still at level 2, Thilotilo has made us not only level 4, but has found the town of coal. And 4 steps south from the bath of coal, we have the stones of sunlight. So we know where the scones are, we know where the token is, we just need the heart.
Yep. I mean, and I do want to point out, up2ng doesn't care what Thilotilo or rBarbaloot are up to. He just cares what Fitzen's up to, because these are two 2v2s. Or 1v1s, sorry.
These are 2 separate races, you are
correct. Or 1v1s. So it's like, they don't care what the top only cares what the top does. The bottom only cares what the bottom does. Left and right don't care about each other.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Fitzentoaster is already level 5 and is starting to continue wandering far enough away from the murder bats and the dirt birds that he can actually find things that he can take on now.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure people realized it's like, yes, he's, you know, not necessarily terribly far behind, say, rBarbaloot, but does he really care if he's behind rBarbaloot?
Now, this is an interesting play. What I think up2ng is going to be doing here is actually selling the wings, buying torches.
That's a very... Ooh, sorry. Good idea.
I mean, it works in Ghost and Goblins.
11013 for level 5. What was level 6?
Not a whole lot, it seems.
Ew. Level 6 and we're still... kinda in rough shape, but they're trying to...
These stat gains have not been what the runners have been hoping for.
You know, we're gonna get one of those that we have 40 on every single stat coming up at some point, right?
Yeah, it does have a tendency to do that. Yeah, I commented in chat, honestly thought he was gonna reset to force a torch grind to fill his inventory with torches and just sack the key, but, you know, either way, up2ng's got some torches.
I've got questions for post-race interview.
We do have questions for post-race interview.
Let's see. I'll check his name next time he... Okay, so, no, he's on HPMP. Well, I can talk. I am thinking HPMP. Strength HP, because he's Big Z.
Yep. And, Fitzen is the first runner to run into the Fun Police and get sent back home. Meanwhile, rBarbaloot has discovered that Druids have the heal spell. Ooh, level 6 did bring the hurt spell. They are now able to start nuking some of these smaller enemies, trolls, druids, things along these lines. So we're getting out of that tier 0 encounter table into, like, vanilla mountain cave encounter table.
Yeah, I mean, we're out of baby jail at level 6. I mean, It's a start.
I mean, you can take on a skeleton with some hurts.
Alright. Yeah. And I can't help but feel that up2ng might have lost himself this race.
Well, keep in mind, they're still only a couple of hundred XP apart. Anything can still happen in this race.
Yeah, but it's like, this is already a slow start, and you lost yourself 10 minutes. Oh, yeah.
I mean, 10 minutes can easily be made back up in a more efficient final grind for ghost stats, or just Charlock. Especially the way you like to roll Charlock. I mean, one or two failed dives, and all of a sudden, you're ahead of the game again.
Hurt was at level 4, apparently.
Well, up2ng just got level 4. Power 8, response speed 2, hit points 4, magic 17, hurt and stop spell.
Yes.
So you got the hurt spell and enough magic points to use it a fair number of times, actually. Comment in chat, Metal Slime Kill could get him right back in it. Not exactly. We are using scaled slimes.
Yep. Good idea, though. That would have been true in another, tournament. Yeah, I don't like it either. But I see the merit in it.
Yeah, I mean, they are still worth, at level 4, 128 experience points. So, it's certainly not nothing, but...
0, 14, 14, 4 on 7, apparently.
Wow, and wait a minute, did rBarbaloot just reset?
No? Maybe? Not a full...
I mean, he's still level 5, so he saved before he... I think he's trying to get to town with enough money to buy something to get him out of this starting punishment.
Oh, this is... I can't help but feel like this is desperation tactics.
You're not wrong, but at the other hand, there's a reason why they're now resorting to desperation tactics, because this start is just painful.
I have not received any receipt requests.
Comment in chat, and no one has asked for a reseed, eh? You only get a reseed if all of the runners request it, and you have what you have to do is they miss only all the message.
You're cutting out, first of all, and second, I want to clarify something, because I did clarify this with the admins. It does not have to be all 4. It just has to be the participants in a single race.
Okay.
If, say, Fitzentoaster and up2ng both want a reseed, but Thilo and rBarbaloot don't, up2ng and Fitzen get a separate seed and we just swap to 2p.
Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that for us. I really appreciate that, because I don't want to be wrong. But yeah, both runners will need to ask. So it could be that one or the other of one of these two races, or even both races, have asked for a reseed. But if the other one doesn't ask for it...
Yeah. Sneaky, you might want to go do something about your internet. Alright, well, in the meantime, Fitzen arriving at Cole. Let's see, gonna buy the club. And gonna buy a small shield. So, I'm not sure how much XP for level 8. Does anybody know that?
Okay, I think I'm back here, and for level 8, it'll be 600 experience.
Perfect. So we're about 65 away. 35 now with that kill. Also, yeah, you sound much better.
Apologies for that. My ISP decided that stability is for scrubs.
Oh dear. And it looks like up2ng's almost caught up to Fitzentoaster, at least in, actually, no. No, he's not. Apparently, a lot.
Fitzen runs into a golem.
Stop.
And got a brick to the face for his trouble.
17,520. Wow. Wow. Okay, there's the level.
Okay, there's the MP.
And the strength, for that matter. At least a good chunk of strength. Remember I was saying that there was gonna be a level coming up? Yeah.
Yeah, we found it.
So, we're looking to get level 8 for the other runners before we can really...
Yeah, but once you
feel
do
comfy.
hit level 8, you could really explode onto the scene.
Also, I want to point out, yes, Scarlet, he's only one level back, but he's like 250 experience away still, and also all that exploration.
Yeah, Fitz is continuing to push this exploration. I don't blame him, because, you know, you need to do something to break out of this stalemate. You can't
This is not what you wanted to see.
That is not what you want to see when you're trying to do early exploration. No, it isn't.
Using sleep might have been a good idea. I don't know what sleep resistance they have, but you're probably gonna have a better chance than trying to run.
Question in chat, when are runners going to buy more keys when they can afford them? rBarbaloot actually doing exactly that right now.
Tilo.
Tilo, excuse me. Well, both of them actually.
Okay. So, yeah. Both bottom runners having a plethora of keys.
Well, they've collected their tokens, at least, and have not lost their one key.
Yep. Very critical item, that token.
Thilotilo now taking on a wolf, which is going to be interesting. rBarbaloot has gone ahead and picked up their fairy flute. We have seen golems on the overworld on Fitzentoaster's screen, so that might actually come in clutch.
Yep. Also, that is the skeleton down and level 8 for Fitzen. Means pedal to the metal.
Served thee well. 17,511.
Yeah, up2ng's gonna have to really... This is gonna be a hard deficit to run away from.
I don't know about that. You can still run into a map boss where you're just going the wrong direction to collect things.
True. But,
I mean, this is still fairly early in the match. There's no deciding yet.
it ain't over till it's over, but, you know. Oof.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to make any kind of predictions until we see somebody actually walking into Turlock.
Yeah. Exactly. Gosh, though. These enemies still aren't all that friendly.
They're really not, no. Up2ng has a bunch of gold. He's gonna be buying a bunch of keys. I like this play. Yes, Cole is in walking distance, and he's been there because he's got the Stones of Sunlight. However, buying the keys, make sure you don't accidentally run out if you do run into something like Garenham.
Yeah.
So, you might as well stock up on keys to make sure you don't run out, and since you're already back here, get the token. Why not?
Yeah. That makes sense.
As pointed out...
Oh, that's not a friendly... He ran away from the AK... Oh, wow. Wow. Ran away from an AK-47 at 33 agility.
Hey, you know, agility is just a number sometimes. Because you can see cases where you're running away from an AK first time at 33 agility, and then there are times where you've got like 80 agility, and the Axe Knight just will not let you go.
Oh. You know, that is a good point on Scarlet. I don't know how many cursed belts you can hold, but you could curse belt grind to get some money.
Yeah, they're 100 and change each. About 4 of them would be hand axe money. That way, even if you do die, they're still in your inventory. Yeah, I think they're 180 apiece. So 4 of them would be hand axe money. And if you die, you don't lose it because they're just cursed belts in your inventory. You don't actually sell them until you get into town. Now, that is kind of a painful shop to sell at. You have to sell at the item shop, which in Cole is one of the most inconvenient in the entire game, but it's better than losing half of your money and the opportunity to buy the axe. And there's the Red Dragon. Oh, up2ng running for the Red Dragon first time.
Wow.
Same thing with Fitzen.
And this...
up2ng blowing a key to get to this vendor that much faster. Yeah, sell the cursed belt. That's 278 gold. That's a copper sword and a small shield.
How did Fitzen get in such favor with the RNG gods today?
I mean, sometimes the RNG gods smile on you, sometimes they laugh at you. Oh, okay, manages to at least get a club. That's better than bare hands. I mean, you're not going into the fighter class.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, so... let's see, we've got Tilo at level 9, which I don't remember what the stats were. Is that the one where... no, that was level 8 where we got...
yeah, level 9 was kinda dead. It was like 1 strength, 2 agility, 2 hit
1,
points.
2, 2, 4. Yeah.
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 not exactly what you're wanting. He has found caves, though. This could get interesting.
These levels, other than level 8, have just been nothing burgers.
The stats have definitely been stats. Now, up2ng, is that swamp north he pulled into?
I am terrible at caves.
Well, wherever he was, he found a red dragon and sent him back home.
Fun police doing their job. You shall not pass, says the golem as well.
Excuse me, sir, did you know that you were attempting to get progression? Pull over.
Oh my. So, not too much going on other than some level grinding. Trying to do some map exploration with questionable success. Thunder deciding it's questionable whether my internet will succeed either.
Thilotilo going after this wolf.
So how much for level 10?
Level 10 is 1500.
Oh, about 241 away.
Now, there's still a whole lot we haven't seen yet. We still need to find the harp. We need to find the staff cave. We need to find Jerk. We need to find Charlock. And to get those things, we're probably going to need to find either Grave or Mountain, or both. Maybe Remildar.
And some levels if we want to survive those caves.
Yeah, you probably want to find Cantlin for coordinates. I mean, there's a lot left in this match. It's been a half an hour, and really the only thing that has happened is a lot of dying and a lot of pain.
Yup. This has just been one heck of a that's.
And for encounters.
All the enemies early game having something nasty.
I mean, even the blue slimes had a hurt spell.
Which is not fun when you're trying to fight them.
Excellent dodge on the Fitzentoaster. Always gotta hate that excellent dodge.
Oh no. Come on, not this thing. Help! Blue Dragon says go back home. Look at how smirky it is, too.
And up2ng gets level 8.
Yep, there's his good news.
Yeah, Thilotilo's got some cash here that he's now spending. He's got a hand axe and a small shield and leather armor. That is not bad.
Wolves have sleep? Or no, that's us, champ. Okay.
Yeah, that's rBarbaloot. Ooh, the werewolf would not let him go and has sent him back home as well. And that's a fairly sizable swamp. Now, mind you, they do have heal and heal more and enough hit points. They can power their way through that swamp if they want to, assuming the encounters permit.
Also, this should be no, not a blue dragon. Go away. We don't want you. Thank you.
I would make a Trogdor reference, but I don't want to make the audience go deaf.
Also, Warlock was hurt more.
Yeah, Warlocks pertaining their wizards.
Man, everything's got something nasty. Even slimes weren't nice.
Now, wraiths only have hurt, but they do have stop spell. Which, right now, is kind of scary because that's the only way they have of healing.
Yep.
But, Wraith Knights are worth 72 experience points. That'll get you going pretty fast.
Hello, gonna have, be able to get level 10 with the next enemy, which I think this wolf will do. Werewolf, sorry.
And it'll also get him large shield money, but I don't think there's a large shield in coal.
I saw one somewhere. Oh, the only town we've seen?
I think it is. I guess it is in there. I didn't see it then. Okay, it is confirmed from chat. There is a large shield in coal. So, you know, if he can take out this werewolf, he can definitely get a large shield if he wants to. Which, given that there's no gold grind, is probably going to be the last shield you'll need.
3, 4, 13. 13.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, your strength is still pretty garbage, but at least you've got some decent hit points and getting close to, you know, go mode MP stats.
No, I'm just waiting for Star Wyvern to just be that Sharlock enemy with 9 out of 16 stop resist.
And with only 39 agility at level 10, the odds of being able to repel them are pretty low because there's not going to be a gold grind in play.
Are we gonna get a Star Wyvern seed on top of the AK-47 seed?
Well, I mean, first off, they cannot possibly be as bad as the AKC because the randomizer was changed to prevent that particular situation from actually happening. If they do have the Wombo combo, they cannot have more than an 8 out of 16 resist.
Fine, I think.
Yeah, for stop spell. And the maximum is, I think, 50-50?
Yes. And it's 9 out of 16 overall, and 50% sleep is max, 50% DL2 is max. But still, if they're everywhere, that could be really problematic.
Speaking of those jerk birds, one takes out Thilotilo, and Thilotilo does see the full Wombo combo.
Now that I'm thinking on it, I'm not sure how much those changes would have really helped if they had been in effect for the AK-47 seed.
Well, it would have made stop spells more likely to land.
But when they're everywhere, does it really matter when you've only got roughly a 50? It's a hitting?
Well, each one that you can manage to stop spell to prevent from being slept is one that you can potentially get away from.
Yeah. Also, I do.
The problem is this overworld is just deadly. You've got Sharlock tier enemies everywhere, around every corner, and they've got some obnoxious abilities.
I do believe that Tilo was one of those runners.
Rogue Scorpions with sleep.
Hey.
And the DL2! Oh no, Rogue Scorpions with the Wombo combo as well. Which Thilotilo and rBarbaloot find out in harmony, and up2ng is probably about to. Nope, up2ng beats it to the punch and sleeps it and runs.
I don't know whether to consider that a good thing or a very bad thing, because he doesn't have the info now.
Well, there's Gray for up2ng. No, excuse me, that's Tablet. My apologies.
So we've got 2 wombo combos today so far. We've got some green dragons saying no to Fitzen.
Now, you do have a gold chest here at Tablet Cave. There's a possibility for a really slow pseudo grind here.
Yeah, but wanna spend all that time.
Yeah, you almost certainly don't. But I'm just saying, it's there. And there's Sherlock, as well as 3 caves.
As well as the golem saying no.
Yeah, but he's got a fairy flute, so he can say no and see ya, wouldn't wanna be ya. Yep, good old-fashioned sleep and scoot strats.
Hey, it's the jerk.
Jerk right next to Sherlock. Now that's convenient placement.
rBarbaloot, what are you doing? Oh. Already got the thing there, I guess?
Yeah, he's already got the stones. What he's trying to do is head down here and sell some things to get some money for some more gear, but, you know, this is pretty much the most inconvenient shop in all of Alfgard, and he's about to get blocked in here by this Link cosplayer.
NPC's the true final boss.
Yes, NPC pathing, the true final boss.
We have seen a race lost because of NPC.
That dude with the green there in the shop in Cole, him and me have a history, and it's not a good one.
Well, it's a good one for him, not so much for you. Oh, goodness. No, the one that the one I remember is the race where it literally came down to the Garanham NPCs just saying no.
Well, I remember as a youngster on the Nintendo Entertainment System being stuck in Cole for literally 10 minutes while this Link cosplayer sat and drank coffee in my way. And I think part of that was I was trying to push past him, and it just wasn't.
Actually, isn't Dragon Warrior older than original Zelda?
No. Legend of Zelda and Dragon Warrior 1 both came out the same year.
Huh. I don't know, is it... Which way is it? Because it's, it could be Link's the cosplayer.
You think Link is cosplaying as the most boss NPC in Dragon Warrior?
Yeah.
I can see it. There's room to talk.
I mean, when you think about it, yeah, Link's trying to save the world, but he's also stealing and breaking and entering and, you know...
Destruction of property.
Exactly.
Although on the other side, he does pick up odd jobs like mowing the lawn.
It's true. But he doesn't pay for it. Well, he pays in some Zelda games a little bit, but...
I mean, there's always Link's Awakening.
Well, like, Wind Waker, for example, there's this rich house, and early in the game, if you break some of the plates there, or the pots, they'll make you pay.
Yeah, and then there's Link's Awakening, where you can actually rob the shopkeeper, and if you enter that shop again, he will insta-kill you. Meanwhile, Thilotilo has confirmed a Charlock sighting.
Yep.
rBarbaloot is in Tablet.
And Fitzen getting womboed. Also, apparently up2ng is fully caught up and even surpassed Fitzen in experience. I don't know about mappage, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, this map has been very unforgiving to all of our runners. The 3 cave area is about as far as any of them has managed to get before getting returned home by something painful.
This is just not a kind seed.
Gee. It's almost like someone infamous in the community for rolling really obnoxious seeds rolled it or something.
You know, I'll be honest, I don't know how much I buy into the bad seed roller thing, but it is an amusing joke.
It is an amusing joke, and I do want to clarify for the reader, for the viewers here, that this is not done in seriousness. This is purely done in jest.
Although I think some of the runners I've rolled for might disagree. I hear some runners still have nightmares from some of my seeds.
Well, you know, the worse the seed, the more you get a chance to show off your skill.
I mean, I don't know, that AK-47 seed was like 99% RNG godluck and 1% skill.
Okay, granted. But it's like, on this seed, I mean, remember how far back up2ng was? He's now caught up with Fitzen.
In experience, maybe not so much in mapping.
Fitzen hasn't managed to get much mapping taken care of, unfortunately, because he keeps getting killed off. Then again, all 4 of them keep getting killed off, so...
Oh, they've come... Alright. Interesting. Yeah, you know, this is almost one of those seeds where you just want to grind. Oh, we missed level 11. It looks like. 15246.
Yeah, how did up2ng catch up so fast? Well, Fitzentoaster has 22 deaths. That kind of explains it.
It's hard, Gamer. Gamer, I think I might have rolled the worst seed that DWR will ever see.
Oh my, comment in chat, if we play the name game, I want a match between Vertical Sandwich and Fitzentoaster, and it needs to take place at lunch.
Are they in the same group? Are we really? Okay. Armored Knights, oh well, thank you for the hit spell.
We finally found another town. It is the town of Ringildar, the place to buy keys.
Well, let's see what's here in this chest. It might be something useful, or it'll probably be something absolutely worthless. Gold.
And it is gold. Hey, you know, isn't that broadsword money now?
Yeah. Oof. Oof! Come on, NPC. Thank you.
Hey, can't you see I'm walking here, huh? Oh,
I'm gonna get some chainmail.
There's your chainmail. I mean, he's already got a hand axe and a large shield. That chainmail does help out his defense a bit. Right now, every little bit helps. And now he's gonna go restock on keys. I do not blame him.
And meanwhile, Fitzen getting killed again by the Armored Knight.
Yeah, The other night I saw an interesting seed where the red slimes had DL2 breath. And I'm like, whoa, who pissed off Rimuru?
Who pissed off who?
Sorry, that's a degenerate anime reference.
Alright, so... yeah, we're doing a lot of dying and a little bit of leveling and a little bit of statting. I'm finding a way to map in between.
We have another town sighting. Whether or not we can actually get to that town is another question.
Struan's probably not gonna do much, right?
Yeah,
All right.
Now, as pointed out in chat, you're gonna have to find alternate ways to get your experience in this seed because
Durham.
Oh, hey, there's gonna be 3 keys in the back, or 3 chests in the back, plus a potential cave in the back. Now, interestingly enough, the AKs do have Stop spell and Hurt, which really, really nerfs them, especially once you get Erdrick's armor. They could be a viable late grind for your go mode, if you can find, like, a spike tile with those.
Which enemy was it? Sorry?
AK-47s.
Ah. It's nice. Alright, Erdrick's armor! Gold.
Speaking of...
and more gold.
Yeah, the Erdrick's armor is actually incredibly huge here. All of those enemies throwing around stop spells, not gonna be a problem anymore. All of those DL2 breaths, gonna be a lot less damaging. All of those hurt boars, not gonna hurt as badly. So, that is an amazing pickup for Thilotilo. Now that he's got Erdrick's armor, the shield, like the large shield anyway,
Grave?
the axe... Yep. Wait a minute, the grave in the back of Garanham.
Yes, and another cursed belt, so we know either Coordinates or Hawksnitz has something.
Now, if the harp is at the bottom of grave, I'm gonna be giving you a dirty look. Thilotilo, tired of bonking around in the dark, and lights a torch.
And... going down. Fourth chest is the torch.
Well, you got your torch back anyway.
Yep. Red slime hanging out here. That's not a fun enemy. Really? We're fun. I don't think we have the stats to fight this thing, Kilo.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the stats to run from it either.
Oh,
However,
Lord.
fortunately, it does seem content to bite more, but then again, this is a red dragon's bite more. So
Okay.
that doesn't actually help much.
Oh. This is not good. This is
No,
really
it is
not good.
not. Especially not because he still doesn't have that last chest. And now he's gonna have to go, am I gonna have to completely redive grave?
We've still got 6 heal mores left. So, you know.
Yep. There is that.
Oh, there is a chance they run, so, you know, it's not impossible, it's just... not what we want to see.
Comment in chat. Dragon Warrior 4, eat your heart out with this run chance.
So about that, agility's just a number.
So, Drone Magi's have heal more.
Oh lord.
Comment in chat. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, that chance is dying. Oh! He got away!
He made it! Finally managed to juke. Dim jukes!
Oh no! 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 No!
Get back here! I'll know off your kneecaps!
No! Oh, this is bad! This is bad! This is real bad. Nope, we're dead.
Nope. And you're dead. Oh, man.
No, we were right next to the steps.
Did anybody count just how many times he got blocked?
Too many.
Also comment in chat, imagine having 2 plot items despite not really having gone anywhere.
We're right there. I don't know if the zone changes when you go up those stairs, but still.
How many times must you block? At least once more, Miss Turner.
I mean, our defense power is just utterly atrocious right now. For Fitzentoaster.
And there's the block. Okay, he moved, but yeah.
Being attacked by the golem.
Oh no, Fitzen just ran into a star wyvern with a preemptive sleep, and there's the DL2 breath.
Rude.
How rude.
This seed sure screams math girl seed.
It does. We are now 1 hour into this seed, and it has been a gloriously painful slog for the runners. And just for a brief station identification, I am Sneaky the Lost. With me in the commentator's booth is Math Girl, who is also doing the restream. Betastrap and Kami and Renakai are trackers for the evening. But man, this is a interesting seed, I'll say.
Oh yeah. And there's that red dragon saying nope to Fitzentoaster. Thank you for the raid, Furon, I think that was. Got moving too
Yep,
quickly.
that's Faran.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hey, welcome Faran and Raiders. You are 1 hour into a slog where absolutely nothing has happened because there are so many painful things out on the map. Nobody can really get any exploration done, even at level 9 through 11.
Yep, we've seen 2 Wamba combos. We've seen plenty of painfuls. Nothing at the start was friendly, including the slime.
Well, the slime at least only had hurt.
Yeah, but when you're like level 1, level 2, that's not that friendly.
Well, it's better than the baby breath on the scorpions with stop spell, and it's better than the DL2 breath on the ghosts.
Apparently the last race was a real stinker. Interesting.
Oh, apparently Faran was like, I was told I rolled a seed that would qualify as a math girl seed. I'll have to check it out on the VODs later, Faran, because that sounds interesting and entertaining. Meanwhile, Thilotilo has finally found Snaff Cave with no harp.
Oh my. Also, I will keep that in mind, because if that wasn't restreamed, I'm gonna vodcast that sucker. Who is your opponent, Firon? You know, I'm gonna go,
Yeah, now, interestingly enough, Thilotilo's run into this AK-47. Now, the AK-47 is a really good option for him right now. He's got Erdrick's armor. All of these stop spells are not going to work on him anyway. And the hurt spell is trivial. These armored knights actually are within his ability to kill, despite the fact he's effectively doing almost chip damage to them, because any damage is better than 0 damage.
Yep. This is... Gosh.
I mean, at this point, I would almost be willing to check, Swamp, which is relatively close by to the castle, just to check what's on that spike tile, and if it's an armored knight, I'd be real tempted to grind it until I get ghost stats. Just because the overworld effectively is Charlock on this seed.
Yeah? I mean, just wait till we get to the real Charlock.
Depends on what their agility and their defense is. If they're able to repel jerkbirds, then it will be a lot less problematic. Because we've seen the armored knights are not very dangerous. Both the blues and the reds seem to be content with bite more. Courage and wit has served thee well. Promoted to next level. 16 agility, 3 hit points, 1 magic point, and the spell of...
Radiant?
Radiant. Okay. So, that put their agility in a better place. It's still not a good place, but it is a better place. More importantly, 91 MP at level 12 actually feels kind of good.
Can we see the AK-47 stats? But, another red dragon saying no, so we've got 75% stop spell, 75%.
Yeah, those armored knights are about as free as you can get for Thilotilo right now. Despite the fact that he's doing almost no damage whatsoever to them, it's still free because they can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, they can, they just are not very likely to.
Yeah, okay, they still have their axe, they can still hurt you very badly with a physical attack, but you're looking at a 1 in 4 out of a 1 in 4, so you're looking at a 1 in 16 to get that physical attack. I like those odds, especially when you already have heal more. Comment in chat, AK 4.7.
Yeah. I think the Star Wyverns more than make up for them, though. Is there a reason rBarbaloot's just... And another red dragon death.
If it isn't the jerkbirds, it's the Durgans. I mean, blue
Oh,
rats,
man.
golems, jerkbirds, werewolves, they're all out in force today. There's your wizards.
Has anybody ever actually run a seed in a race where they managed
With
to
DL2 breath.
repel red dragons? I'm just curious.
I don't know that that is possible. I don't think your agility can get that high.
Can't. Okay.
Yeah, but wizards have DL2 breath, so we have 2 DL2 breath Charlock enemies so far.
Oh. So, I guess that AK-47's the highest that you can repel? Because I know you can repel those if you go high enough.
Yeah, that's the highest you can repel.
That was the seat that you would have had to go to level 28 to be in comfortable go. Which nobody's gonna do, so you know.
Now, interestingly enough, Thilotilo has found this little area over here. What initially looked like a dead end, in fact, opened right back up, which is another one of those things these maps love doing that can really throw you for a loop.
Yep. So...
Fitzentoaster, meanwhile, going down to Swamp South, runs into a red. Was trying to get some exploration taken care of. The Fun Police, however, are out in force and are very strictly enforcing the exploration speed limits.
Alright, so... nothing out this way. I think that's the southern end of the map.
Yeah, that is. Comment in chat, this seed is a case study in knowing your zones and knowing the limitations of exploration at low agility versus Charlock bottlenecks.
So we've got some high-end players in chat. What would your strategy be for this? Grind seems reasonable.
When in doubt, grind it out! So, we still haven't seen the last chest in Grave. We haven't seen Mountain yet. And we also haven't seen Coordinates. Or Hawks.
Or Cantlin. There's Hawks. Maybe it'll be
now
a...
have seen Hawks. Speaking
maybe
of...
maybe it'll be an AK 4.7 on the right tile.
Well, there's a metal slime.
Also, we're only guaranteed to have one more, search spot.
Well, keep in mind, the belts can be in Charlock. And Thilotilo actually takes down the metal slime for 255 experience points. Kurgan would have served a well. Power by 3, speed 16, 13 hit points,
Oh.
9 magic points.
There's the level.
And it is a green Durgan on this spike tile. He's just gonna immediately toss out a Hurtmore.
Urge and sword.
The big stick. And is just going to nope right out of there and continue on his exploration. And that is Mountain Cave.
Wow.
Not only that, but you now have 100 hit points, 100 magic points. You actually have 73 agility. What you don't have is strength. Or any way of getting away from these infernal reds. Yeah, if there is an AK on the swamp spike tile, you have a grind. And if I were Thilotilo, I would check just to see if it is that AK, and if it is, I would grind that AK at least until I get ghost outs. Then I would start worrying about everything else, simply because the overworld is so painful at this point that I might as well just treat it like Charlock. And even if it isn't, if it's something like the greens, that's doable. X-Knights, that's doable. Golems, I mean, he's got the flute from the armory, so that should be doable, unless he just hasn't picked it up yet.
Nope.
So it's like the only ones that you really don't want to see on that spike tile are reds and blues. Everything else, you can tackle. Yeah, up2ng meanwhile has been grinding his blessed little heart out, and now has about a 1,000 experience point lead over Fitzentoaster, despite the time loss and all of those resets early in the game. So, you know?
Yep. Also, welcome Wolfman and Raiders. Thank you for the raid. You are tuning into a very, very painful and interesting match. Two matches, actually. We've got Fitzentoaster versus up2ng and Thilotilo versus rBarbaloot. They're two separate matches. They are just being broadcast on the same screen.
Oof, and rBarbaloot getting hit by the wombo combo from the Star Wyvern and getting sent back home. Thilotilo now actually trying to fight this red dragon. I actually don't blame him. He has been blocked by these reds so gosh darned many times that I would actually be at this point, you know what, fine. You don't want me to run? Let's throw down.
So what was the third, Wombo enemy? I know that there was the,
Rogue Scorpions.
Rogue Scorpions, and then there was, Star Wyverns. What was the third? I think you said that there was a second. Oh, I thought you said there was a second one that was a Charlock enemy.
Well, I know wizards have DL2. We haven't seen what else they do because the one DL2 that immediately popped off was enough to kill the guy. So we don't know if they have the full wombo, but DL2 breath by itself is bad enough.
Yeah, for sure.
So, insufficient data to formulate reasonable hypothesis on the wizards. The werewolves aren't too bad. The blues and reds seem to only be able to use bite more, but on the other side of that token, they only use bite more.
And of course, what you guys missed is everything up to level 13 was kind of our stats.
Finally.
You're roboting again.
Is that better?
Little bit.
Don't worry.
You might want to restart Discord again. How much for level 14? 56.25 was it? Alright, let's see this level. We have Curtain Witch Well 2, 1, 11, 5, and return.
Okay, is that better?
No. It's not. Herb. Berry water. Gold.
No. Coordinates are in play. It's gonna be the part.
Sneaky, I hate to ask this of you, but maybe go restart your router. Empty. And death for Fitzentoaster. Yes, coordinates are deep grave, although we can't be guaranteed yet that there are coordinates at all, because we've only seen the 2 cursed belts. Also, I thought there were 5 chests in Mountain. What was the other chest? I only saw 4 of them, sorry.
There we go. Is this better?
Much! Welcome back. So we saw a whole lot of nothing in, Mountain.
Well, at this point, if coordinates are in play, it's going to have to be the harp, because there can't be anything else on that tile now.
Well, here's the funny thing, we're down to 2 checks where the harp can be, and one of them is its vanilla location.
This is true. And, I mean, it's not just its vanilla location, but it's bottom of grave in the back of Garenham.
Uh-huh.
Which would definitely be meme-worthy, but if coordinates are in play, they must be the harp. But
We don't
there's a chance
know.
that they're not in play, in which case, yes, it could be in its vanilla location.
We do not know, nor will we find out until after we've already got the harp, because if there is a 3rd curse belt, it's going to be in Charlock.
Well, we'll find out if we ever find, Cantlin.
Yeah. That's true. I can't remember if this is Garenham. It might be. Also, there's Gwaelin.
So what was that spike tile?
Red Dragon, it looks like.
Ew. Well, red dragons wander this level, so...
That's true. There's, Garenham. Let's hope Fitzentoaster doesn't get roasted by the red dragons as well. There's the armor. He seems a little surprised.
He's probably repressing a line of profanity and wondering how far behind he is. I know that's what I would be doing if it's an hour and a half into a scene and I'm only just now finding Erdrick's armor.
There's the sword for up2ng.
Ironically, up2ng has yet to find Garanham.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think rBarbaloot has either. So there's the first 3 for Fitzentoaster. Gonna go and dive, if you can.
Yeah, at level 13, up2ng is going to get hurt more. And that's going to make this green dragon grind a lot faster. Comment in chat, since we have preemptive princess rescue, I want single-digit coordinates.
Alright.
I remember actually seeing and being present and actually commentating on a seed that had the coordinates 0, 0. It was literally on the castle tile.
How many profanities do you think there were about that?
Like, you leave the castle, immediately hit the search button to get the whatever it was that was on that search tile.
Yep. Okay, Fitzen on his way to the 5th chest. Fingers crossed. I don't want to say it out loud. We're going to find out very soon, possibly.
Death should not have taken thee. I could just see it now. Death should not have taken thee. Oh yeah? You go out there and see how it is. I mean, damn, that place out there, that's worse than the burrows after dark, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. So we are almost there. Okay, it's just a red slime. Okay, what is it? Ah, it's a curse belt!
That means coordinates are in play. That means the coordinates must be the harp. So, while the 5th chest was not the harp, it was indicating to the player where the harp is. Comment in chat, have we been through Swamp South yet? Briefly. I mean, technically there is a flame sword and magic armor on offer in Breckenary, home of the 6 Gold Inn. We'll leave a torch out for you.
Yep.
Breckenary, at least we're not Melmond.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know, Melman might be a little more useful.
What was that town in Dragon Quest IV? The one with the mine that got ruined?
I'm not sure.
Actemo, that was it. Thank you, Beta Strip. Yeah, no, Actemo. At least we're not Melmond, but we're really close. Actemto, however you want to pronounce it. From Tentacle Castle, 22 and 22 north, 6 east. Well, you wanted countable coordinates, there you go. Even I could probably count those coordinates, and they don't call me Sneaking the Lost for nothing.
I mean, hey, worst case, just go east 6 coordinates and then start going up and just start searching.
Just start spamming the search button every tile. Yep, there we go, and there's the silver harp.
Alright.
Thilotilo has the harp. I think Thilotilo has seen Staff Cave. Thilotilo is now in Grind and Go mode. Yeah, comment in chat. Or go east 6 steps, then go north until you die to something. Also, chat pointing out, up2ng must have walked right over that harp about 500 times in his grind. And Thilotilo just has no chill right now. He's like, you know, werewolf, fine, get a hurt more. You get a hurt more. And you get a hurt more. And you get a hurt more. Sod off.
Yup. So, our strength's just not there.
It really isn't. No. Not even with Death Necklace strats.
You really want to see 16 before we even think about Dragon Lord. And, I mean, it depends on what 16 brings. It really does, because we've seen some really good stat gains and we've seen some absolute nothing stat gains.
I mean, you're not wrong. And here's the jerk for Thilotilo getting the rainbow drop.
So how much is it for 16?
Level 16 is going to be 9750. If they have to go to 17, that's 12k.
Oh my. Now we're about 1600 off of 16.
Oh my. Yeah, right now Thilotilo does have a commanding lead over rBarbaloot. He's at level 15, he's in grind and go mode, he's grinding on these reds, which he can actually get away with now.
Yep.
And this all comes down to being able to read the seed, I think. And this is where Thilotilo's years of experience are paying off, because he was able to go, okay, these are the enemies in this zone, these are the enemies in this zone, here's a zone that I can use. So, I mean, the level of expertise that this seed requests you to do to get through it in a reasonable rate is a pretty high bar.
Yep. But, yeah, this is very, very interesting.
An hour and a half now into the seed, and, it's definitely been a seed.
No, it's a math girl seed. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. This is a seed worthy of your name.
Oh yes, and it's one that pleases me greatly. Alright, we're about a little under 200 off.
Yeah, this red is gonna get him his level.
Yep. So, what do you think? Is 16 gonna be enough or no?
Knowing who rolled it, signs point to no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with...
What should be 0, 0, 10, 20 or something like that?
Yep, well, we're about to see.
And
seven.
Power 7, speed 5, 2 hit points, 6 magic points. Still not going to work.
It could if it was enough HP, but we're not there.
You would probably need over 130 HP for Death Necklace on 118 attack power. Now, the Fighter's Ring is still outstanding, as is pointed out in chat. It's almost certainly at the bottom of Charlog, along with the Cursed Necklace.
Yeah. Oh, the Death Necklace. Yeah.
Yeah, the Death Necklace. So, if you hit like 130 HP plus, and still don't have the attack power, I could see a dive at that point just to be able to grab the Death Necklace and the Fighter's Ring to be able to finish it off.
Yep. Well, we're gonna see what 17 brings, because 16 ain't cutting it.
No, it ain't. And 17 is gonna be a 12k, so, settle in.
I mean, we're far enough off from being good. It might be 18, 19.
Depends on what the strength gains are. That's really the only stat holding them back at this point.
I mean, if we get a significant HP boost, that would also do it.
True. So, either like 20 hit points or like another 10 strength.
Yeah.
Or both. I mean, both works.
Both would be preferable.
But right now, they're still not repelling any Charlock enemies. You're getting close to repelling some Charlock enemies, but you're not there yet. You need 81, I think, to start repelling those jerk birds and the wizards. And remember, both Jerkbirds and Wizards have DL2. In fact, the Jerkbirds have full wombo combo. So, you really want to repel them if at all possible.
What DP do you need to repel them?
I believe it's 81. Could be wrong.
Beta might know. Beta, do you know how much defense power you need to repel Star Wyverns?
80 for Wizards, 86 for Star Wyverns. Okay.
Oh boy, I don't see it happening.
I don't see 86 happening. 80 could happen. They're already at 79.
Yeah, but no. No, I don't see it.
And the Star Wyverns have the full wombo combo.
Yeah.
However, Star Wyverns are one-shot with a hurt more.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've got some extra heal mores in the tank. So, I would actually, at this point, be tempted, I mean, if I only ran into 1 or 2 Star Wyverns, I'd be tempted to just not even risk it and just preemptively hurt more. Get out of my way.
I mean, you're assuming they don't sneak sleep you.
Well, you can't do anything about the preemptive strike, but if you just run into them instead of running, I would just probably preemptive hurt more just to get them out of my way.
Yeah, and Beta Stroke's saying they don't die to hurt more in one shot very often.
Well, you're right, it is a range.
So, can we actually see Star Wyverns up on the screen? Oh.
It is a 50-50 wombo. It is the maximum not only that, but stop spell resists 6 out of 16. That is almost a max wombo combo.
Yup. Oh, this could be another one to see. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Exciting for somebody, I'm sure. It would be exciting for the Dragon Lord.
Can you not tell how exciting that thought is to me?
Yes, I know. It tickles you pink. But if this is gonna be another 3-hour seed, then, oh boy. 3322 for level 17.
Oh, we're going to 18.
However, at least now they are repelling the wizards with the DL2 breath.
No, I don't. Hold on, I need to see the stats screen. Let's see. Yeah, they are. Okay.
So strap in, ladies and mental jets. Level 18 is 14,250. Level 19, if it becomes necessary, is 16,500.
What's 20? For curiosity's sake, 19,500?
Level 20 is 19,500.
Oh, baby. Well, this could turn very, very interesting.
Comment in chat. Grave is the ultimate troll. Well, at least now you know it must be on coordinates. I mean, yes, it's a troll, but it actually gives you information if you're familiar with how the seed works.
I mean, it doesn't matter that it was a cursed belt, though, because you already knew that it was one of 2 locations.
Well, if you hadn't found Cantlin first, which the runners, most of them haven't, then finding that 3rd belt means it must be on coordinates.
Yes, but hear me out.
Otherwise, you don't know if there's coordinates in play or not.
Hear me out. Thilo had already seen everything except Bottom of the Grave and coordinates. So it had to be one of those 2, because it can't be in Sharlock. So the fact that it was a cursed belt's moot.
Yeah, okay, that point at least is valid, but I think up2ng, which just found his cursed belt at the bottom of Grave, has not yet found those, and so is actually given some information.
3, 3, 5. That is not what we were looking for. Game, please. I guess it's doable.
I mean, we're getting close to Death Necklace strats. We're getting close to Death Necklace strats.
Beta says it's go. I mean, yeah, it depends on those Star Wyverns.
Go.
That's a very ugly go. That's 6 to 12.
I mean, Fairy Water strats.
And
yeah,
before.
He's selling the scale, he's selling the wings. Unfortunately, he's got Gwendolyn's love. That's gonna eat up a slot that he would otherwise be able to put towards the fairy water that he won't be able to do. But he's getting rid of everything else. He's gonna be loading up on fairy water, and he is gonna be trying to risk it for the biscuit because he just wants this seed to be over and done with. If I were him, at least, I would.
I mean, we're also banking on those magic points, and it's going to come down to those Star Wyverns, because we are not repelling them.
Now, for those who may not be familiar, in this particular randomizer, Fairy Water does basically a hurt spell. It has a 9 to 16 range.
Right.
Except it's a guaranteed chance to land, except for metal slimes.
Mm.
Oh! Oh! Barbaloot!
What?
Oh no! The guy got
Oh, no.
stuck in... Yes! NPC pathing, the true final boss.
Up. Oh, this is such a mean scene. Alright, Tilo going for it.
Gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Oh no. Oh no. Lizards. Oh no.
I thought he was repelling wizards.
I don't think he's using repel.
I thought he used one of his fairy waters before going down.
Apparently not. That or Beta was wrong on the numbers.
I would sooner doubt the game's fairy water than doubt Beta Strep's math.
Yeah, same.
Looks like up2ng is preemptively rescuing the princess.
But yeah, Beta's right. Tilo needs everything he's got for that Dragon Lord fight.
Yeah, but he used fairy water and then bought another bottle in Breckenary.
I don't know.
And he can't cast a repel spell because he wants that that stop spell or sleep in the reserve if he runs into something like an obnoxious stone man on the spike tile.
Oh. Can Star Wyvern show up on the tile? Oh
yes.
no. Oh no, I speak it into existence.
But that was blocked, thou art asleep. Wakes up, does run away! Oh, and another Star Wyvern immediately runs away. Greens are the weakest spike monster possible, so no, Star Wyverns are not a possibility on the spike.
Star Wyvern's above the Green Dragon? Oh.
No, greens are green. It's greens, axes, blues, reds, armored knights, and golems, and stone men.
Ah. Why are jerkbirds so scary then if they're not even?
Well, this seed, they're scary because they have the full wombo combo.
Well, in general, though.
As I recall, in the vanilla, they had baby breath and sleep.
Huh. So it's a vanilla trauma more than a randomizer thing.
Well, in this randomizer, it's a problem. Oh, right! Star Wyverns had baby breath and heal more in the vanilla game, so if you almost killed them and they heal more...
Hey, it's a green dragon.
Ho ho ho, green dragon. A green dragon that likes using Bite more, and thou hast done well in defeating it. Now he's gonna use a couple of herbs.
So we've made it down here.
And now, no, he didn't try checking the armory for either the Death Necklace or the Fighter's Ring. Mostly because he wants to have that extra fairy water.
Correct. Plus such chancing more encounters that you don't want.
He's trying to go into the second phase at a decent hit point. There's the stop spell. Oh! He's just gonna go ahead and kill it at 96. Hopefully he gets a double.
Let's hope. Nope!
Oh! Back attack!
With fire breath too at that. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, this is not...
He's got a lot of heal mores in the tank. He's still favored on this.
Yeah.
Although these rolls on this fairy water are garbage.
And we're hitting 6 to 12 at the moment with,
We still haven't rolled more than a 12 on the fairy water, which feels bad, man.
There's a max.
Yeah, there's a max, okay. Now, at defense 82, you can still get physical for 49, I believe.
Is anybody actually keeping count? Alright, we're down to the regular attacks.
Unfortunately, this Dragon Lord seems to be a pretty heavy breather.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, up2ng grinding on these reds with the princess in tow.
Oh boy. We can't have gone from 110 to 126. 12 is max. Oh boy, we're down to it. Oh. Oh!
Then break out your GGs! Tilo Thilotilo has defeated the Dragon Lord.
Beta, that was too close for comfort.
I mean, he might have actually survived another hit. He could have still survived a low breath or a physical. No doubles, but he closed out with a triple.
And final time 1:54.12.
Been a while since we've seen one this long. Up2ng has just hit level 16, and, yeah.
Oh, man.
The comment in the race room, congrats on never having to play this scene again.
So true, though. Up2ng, what happened to your internet? Well, up2ng's internet's dead.
Well, rBarbaloot is now diving grave again because he got chest 4 but never got chest 5 and is rediving now that he feels more comfortable. Fitzentoaster, meanwhile, is now going to be grinding on these reds. And Fitzentoaster actually is in grind and go mode. He's got all of his laundry list taken care of. So this is actually his opportunity to try and catch up. Mind you, there's a substantial difference in XP between the two, but he's at
Isn't up2ng also in grind and go?
Yeah, up2ng was actually just hit level 16.
Yeah.
So he's several thousand experience ahead, but, you know.
Also, I do want to note for chat, the runners in the different races have no idea what's going on in the other race.
Yeah, so Fitz and up2ng do not know that Thilotilo just closed out this race. Yeah, 19 deaths.
Sure, we
6
can
deaths to the Drakees with the DL2 breath. And another 4 to those Star Wyverns, and another 3 to the Red Dragons.
Oh yeah, we've got... I guess that, okay, Tilo will be in here any second, I assume. So... I guess rBarbaloot's still not been to Gantland.
And welcome, Thilotilo, GG.
Thank you.
So, any thoughts? Start us off?
Let's clarify, any thoughts that are appropriate for streaming live?
Yeah, that was a pretty brutal start. up2ng specifically would note this, that ghosts were a terrible monster to have to get off the ground, because at exactly 6 attack power, you actually are only 33% chance to do damage to them versus 50% for anything else. So the fact that really either finding that 20% slimes or killing a ghost where you have a 33% chance of hitting them and heal, basically the only way to get off the ground is as the motto of this year's tournament, which is just crit, which ended up happening. I got a couple crits and that worked out for me, but man, that was rough to get off the ground. After losing 10 minutes, taking 10 minutes to get to level 2, I wasn't feeling great. But then as you go along, you realize there was no out for anybody to get an edge. Literally the only other strategy you could have done was gave up your key for a single torch and gotten rid of a ghost to get to level 2. And if you could have done that, it would have helped you get there sooner, but it just was not enough of a whatever in the long run to, I think, make it worthwhile, and there was no other out.
Actually, there was another out. What up2ng did after resetting...
Oh, let me guess, he changed his build.
No! He took his wings all the way to coal, resetting every time he died, sold the wings, picked up torches, and started hucking them.
Oh, wow. That is a smart thought. Of course, I didn't see coal for a long time, so I wouldn't have thought of that anyway, but that is a really heads-up play.
Yeah, he lost about, 10 to 15 minutes on that, though?
Yeah, he was resetting left, right, and center. He lost 10 minutes just in resets.
I don't think I would have done that because... again, I didn't see the town, so it depends on when I saw the town on whether I would have done it. But I think once I saw that there were slimes in that zone, I think I probably would have been more apt to just keep pushing at that zone to get to level 2 rather than give up my key. But, if you did lose your key and take that belt to Cole, you could have loaded up on all the, the junior adventurer set with the club and the small shield and the leather armor, and that was an interesting. That was a smart play. Did up2ng's stream just die? Is that why we don't have him?
Yes.
Okay.
You're roboting again, Sneaky. Sorry, go ahead.
But after we hit level 2, it was pretty straightforward. The big thing is, you go south, you get hit by a lot of nasty stuff. You go north, there's nothing there, and fortunately you had that Zone 2 grind on the desert there. I'm actually not positive if it was Zone 2 or Zone 1, but you have that grind on that desert with some good stuff. Once you got hurt, everything was, it was good. You just had to be patient enough to sit there and do it long enough to get to a reasonable level to move on. But it felt so bad, just keep grinding when, the HP and the MP were so good and you feel like you should be able to go on, but with Cole being the only thing there and it just not having a lot of good gear, it was rough.
Okay, am I back now?
Yes, welcome back.
Yeah, but man, not only that, but the overworld was just absolutely gross. There were Charlock enemies left, right, and center.
Yeah, and the Wombo combo on those Star Wyverns was I would have sat there and grinded right beside Cole for a little while longer, but I just knew it was just a matter of time before the Star Wyvern sent me home, so I might as well branch out and find other things, because I was able to hurt down the werewolves, hurt down the knights, and those are real good eating, but you can only push that so long. And I didn't learn until like the very end of the seed that wolves apparently had heal, or werewolves had a heal, and Droll Magi had heal more. Those were things that I was very happy to see late in the seed, not early in the seed.
Yeah.
Because I got a decent amount of experience from those.
So, I imagine, assuming chat's worst case scenario didn't happen, up2ng should probably be done here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got, even if the power did go out, if he has a UPS battery, then he could still potentially record it and close it out.
Alright. Oh my. This is why I like laptops. If the power dies... Yeah.
The good news for up2ng is, if, in the worst case scenario, he has to forfeit here. Unfortunately, because of how far behind, scheduling-wise he is, since he's got 5 more games to play after this, or maybe it's just... Yeah, 5 more games to play after this, I think. They probably wouldn't be able to reschedule this if there were a power outage, but if he runs the table, he still will win his group. So a forfeit kind of loss due to power outage wouldn't be an end game or a horrible result for him if he goes on to run the table, which is something he could totally do.
Oh yeah. But Fitzen going to grind the swamp tile, I assume, which was a red dragon.
Yeah, that red dragon was nice.
rBarbaloot is on 14. I think they got their coordinates because his coordinates because I saw him go through the door in Cantlin.
Those coordinates were incredibly disappointing after a preemptive princess rescue. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was done mapping, and then I was like, when I got to the mountain camp, I was like, alright, and then I was like, oh shoot, I haven't found Cantlin yet. I hope the harps here and the coordinates are the death necklace. They weren't. That was disappointing, but fortunately Cantlin wasn't too far off in the distance.
Yeah. Also, it's entirely possible he's just unaware that lost connection to his stream.
Yeah, if my stream lost connection, I would have no idea, because I don't keep OBS visible during the stream. So, it's possible his stream's out. He's hopefully local recording. I assume he is, and then get there when it happens to be like, oh, oops.
Stop. I mean, this is very much a thing. We are 2 hours in and only one person finished.
Gee, reminds me of another seed you wrote.
I was just thinking that Theo was part of that.
I was the one who managed to finish early on that one as well. The difference is, this time the Armored Knights were the cuddliest thing in this seed. I was happy every time I saw one of them.
Star Wyverns not so much. I was hoping that we were gonna have a Sharlock littered with them.
Well, I mean, that second zone had a couple of them, and one of them gave me a nice little scare by putting me to sleep with like 80 hit points left, and I was like, this could go badly, but fortunately I woke up and got away.
Yeah, we noticed that too. Also, wizards had DL2 breath.
Oh, did they?
Yes,
I only
they
got a
did.
couple of times where I saw the wizards, because I never saw one outside of Sharlock. But I was sitting there going, well, the good news is I do have fairy water. I have 2 MP to spend on a repel if I need to. So if I find wizards and find out that they have something nasty, I had 82 defense. I could repel them away, and we could, And so I wasn't too worried about them as long as they didn't have the wombo combo. I could mitigate them as soon as I saw something issue.
Yeah, we don't know what their other ability was, or even if they had an other ability, but we saw DL2 breath from them someone ran into one, and it just immediately preemptive attacked DL2. Oh, it's DL2 and fire, and heal. Okay.
Yeah, that heal's not gonna... Of course, I'm not gonna try to swing it down as soon as I see the DL2, but especially given how nice other options were. I was really hoping there would be an Armor Knight at one of those grind tiles, but the Red Dragon was a nice consolation.
Yeah, the AKs were surprisingly tame this seed with Stop Spell and Hurt. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better set of abilities for grind.
I did make a slight mistake. The first time I ran into an Armor Knight was very shortly after I'd gotten the armor, and I'd forgotten that, hey, this Stop Spell can't land, so I kept throwing Stop Spell at it, trying to Stop Spell it before it Stop Spelled me. Then after I landed it, I went, wait a second.
That was noted in chat.
I didn't make the mistake a second time. But I'm happy.
A comment in chat, I would have cheesed them at low level with Stop Spell plus Hurt spam. I don't think you had enough MP at that point to be able to do that, though.
Well, I didn't see them until... I never saw an Armor Knight until after I have Erdrick's armor, and at that point, I was swinging about the same as my Hurt spell would do, so I just kept swinging. If I'd seen it way early on, yeah, I would have absolutely done Stop Spell and Hurt on strats on that, because that was such a good level you could get for pretty free. But I didn't see one until after I'd had the armor and had enough attack power that I could whack away at them.
We saw some very early, very nasty enemies. Like, I think that Fitz was the one that was trying to push his way out early.
Yeah, and then of course, the early zone, there was the murder bats, the Drakees with the DL2 breath.
Yeah, those Drakees, I because of the starting zone, I was sitting there going, you know, okay, so let's do some basic calculations here. I'm probably gonna hit them for one every turn. I think there's a 25% chance I miss, but I was just using logic of hitting them for one every turn. Now they can roll 4 or 5, so I would need to survive 4 attacks from them, most likely, in order to beat them. DL2 breath can't be more than 50%, so, but it was clearly 50%, so I was sitting there going, okay, so every Drakee I run into, I have a 1 out of 16 chance of beating, you know, by getting the no 50% 4 times in a row. And I was going, that, you know, that's half of the crit odds that I would have to basically assume with the ghost once I found out that it had heal. So I was like, you know what, let's see if I can get lucky on those Drakees. It didn't happen, but I definitely had, you know, I got burned by a number of them, but my thought was, I have a 1 in 16 chance of killing these things, and that seems like my best odds play at this very moment. Unfortunately, I think that's offset by the amount of time you lose from the death, that 1 in 16 starts hurting more than Then eventually I said, okay, well, if my odds are so bad, let's just keep swinging at ghosts. I got a 1 in 32 chance of critting, I'll get there eventually, and we move on.
Yeah. One of the other things that one of the other runners, in fact, I think every other runner ran into, the Rogue Scorpions with the full wombo combo.
Oh yes, they were kind enough to not show me that until I had them down to my last to the last turn I was going to have to hurt them, and then they showed me all their strength, and I went, all right, well, we're going to steer clear of the Rogue Scorpions for now.
Yep. Also, we're brain do brain things, please.
It's Friday evening. You shouldn't expect your brain to do great things.
1600 away from level 18 on Fitzentoaster, although I don't know. With Fitzentoaster presumably being a new runner, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I had incredibly unfortunate luck from the Dragon Lord swings in my thing. I managed to not manufacture a single double with 125 hit points and 16 heal mores. I managed to not manufacture a single double, but, I mean, you have 16 heal mores. According to my chart at 124, you need 19 to have a 75% chance of winning, so the odds, if you can even get one double, your odds are pretty good even without Fairy Water. With Fairy Water, you're a very substantial favorite if you can get down there with all of your resources, and Charlotte proved to be pretty tame outside of the Star Wyverns that you'd have to manage to get away from. And so it really is, if you've got if you've done the analysis beforehand to know that this level is theoretically a free fight if you load up with Fairy Water. Now, as I proved in mine, it wasn't actually free because I managed to not manufacture a single double and my rolls weren't particularly great either. So it was not a guarantee that my last swing was going to cover the range. But it did, and I was fortunate and happy.
There's 18 for Toaster. And does he go? This is decision time.
Now, one thing that he could try, he's got 125 hit points, which is really risky for Death Necklace strats. You're at under 97 with a Death Necklace, but that does boost your attack power by 10.
So, just a note, this is not a do I go or do I stay. up2ng has finished with a 213.46. Shortly thereafter, Toaster forfeit.
Oh, okay. So
I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. At 2 hours and 15 minutes into this seed, and looking at another grind all the way to 19, if you couldn't manufacture something, yeah.
Yeah, that is. After Ike finished, rBarbaloot's comment was, "Congratulations on not having to play this seed anymore." So I certainly do not do not blame Fitzentoaster for being like, "Yeah, no more of this. I'm done."
I'm done. This is done. Everything is done. You know, the cat knocking stuff off the counter. This is done, and this is done, and this thing in particular is done.
I can just see that in my head. Fortunately, the two cats I've ever had have not been the type to like to knock things off counters. Welcome. G.
Welcome, GG, up2ng.
GG.
Hello, guys.
I hope you had a local recording.
I'm not sure if it's actually recording or not. I'll have to check. Yeah, there was some issues there for sure. Did it ever come back or no?
No.
Oh, it didn't. Wow. Oh, it was such a good ending too. Alright, I'll check and see if it's recording, but oh well.
So,
the stream really never came back on. It seemed, because I checked the OBS, it showed that it was streaming.
well, let's see. Nope, your stream's still off.
Man, that's so weird. It's showing right now that it's streaming.
I
Oh, well.
just checked your Twitch channel. It indeed says offline.
Okay, I don't know. They'll have to figure that out after, I guess.
Yeah, so,
That was a ridiculous seed. I don't know.
yeah, I was about to say, so, what kind of stream-appropriate words do you have about this particular seed?
I mean, the worst part, I guess, was like the first 20 minutes for me. It was definitely just on tilt. I did not know what was happening. I wouldn't be able to explain anything I did there. I think it was a lot of nonsense.
You know, I just want to take a note. We were talking about the AK-47 seed earlier, Tilo. Got further, like, you had a higher time in this than you did in that seed.
Well, yeah, that was also Three's company, so I didn't have to actually kill the Dragon Lord. But I had gotten confused and was thinking early on that up2ng, rather than being in the quad, was calming. And I started swinging at those ghosts because they were the best thing as soon as I saw one, even though we were at 6 attack power, and I was like, man, up2ng is calming, and he's going, Tilo knows better than to be swinging at these things at 6 strength.
No.
Yeah, I actually didn't see a slime actually for a really long time, so I was like resetting, I was like making second files, like I just didn't know what to do. I was like looking around the base, I like checked the basement, there's nothing good there. Yeah, that was a disgusting start. I think I eventually got 5 slimes, is what happened there, but I didn't see a slime for probably 7 or 8 minutes, so it was a really, really bad start for me. I don't know how it was for everyone else, but I think it was 20 minutes before I got to hurt.
Slimes were not wanting to make themselves very well known in this seed, even though, I mean, that zone had 5 different monsters, but the slime seemed to be one of those, you know, how it's not exactly 20% each one, but there's one that's like down to like 15%. That felt like the slime.
Wow.
Yeah, and not only that, but the slimes did have the hurt spell.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they had the basic hurt spell. At least the blue slimes did. So, you know, you had your murder bats, the Drakees with the DL2 breath. You had the ghosts with heal, which means even if you huck a torch at it, it's a range, and if you don't kill it, it's likely they just heal back up. And then you're at like 1 in 3 chance of actually hitting the darn thing because you have hit the exact correct strength number.
So why is it 1 in 3 and not 1 in 2 like everything?
It has to do with the fact that when you get to attack power, when it does the check, it checks attack, you know, the difference in your attack power and their defense, and if it's if it's one attack or defense plus 1 or defense plus 0, then it goes to the hey, let's do the coin flip and see if you do 1 damage or not. Once it gets to defense plus 2, it changes to the normal damage formula where it gives you a range of stuff you can do. Well, it just so happens to be that the way that range sets up, you have only a third of those numbers are going to give you something beneficial. And then when you get to attack plus 3, you'll now hit them 75% of the time, and then after that it's a guaranteed hit. But yeah, it's just because it changes to the normal attack damage formula at that point rather than just the coin flip. And just by a quirk of that, that first value in it actually decreases your odds of hitting.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm sad you didn't see the end of the run that I had. It was I ended up going on 17. I got 6 fairy waters in Callan, and
I mean, if
I looked for the fighter's ring in the treasury, and then it wasn't there. So I assume it was like at the judges' table, which was very sad. Just because then I like just went to the Dragon Lord with 121 attack power, which I really didn't want to do.
If you've got the internet to do it and you can upload real quickly, I can just post the end of your stream up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. If it like my computer like blacked out for like a full minute, and I couldn't believe the game like was still running when it came back. So I just kept going. And then I looked at the stream and it showed it was streaming. So I assume that if like the stream died, then the recording's probably dead too. But I mean, I'll go look. But
I
yeah,
mean, if you end your stream in OBS, which basically won't do anything, already ended. Then you should be able to check and see if that VOD is in there or not.
Yeah, if you were doing OBS and you were doing stream and record, it should have just recorded it automatically.
Yeah, it's possible. But I mean, if not, then I don't know. We'll just have to figure out what to do. I guess.
Why don't you go
leave it up
check
to the
and see
admins.
if you've got it?
I'm impressed that you went at. I guess when you're thinking of Fighter's Ring, taking that 121 up to 123, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
That's what I was hoping on. Yep.
I wasn't planning on checking any chests, so I didn't even think about that. I just went straight to 18, where we got an extra 3 attack power, and then just went on. But
That doesn't sound great either.
I managed to not manufacture a single double the entire battle.
Oh, jeez.
And so I managed to cover the range at the very last swing, but it was a lot closer than it should have been, given 6 fairy waters and 125 or 16 heal mores and 125 hit points.
It's possible you wouldn't have died on the next one. But yeah.
And of course, 125 hit points is just low enough that you really don't want to do Death Necklace strats.
Honestly, Death Necklace wouldn't have been the worst thing. With 125, I'm generally comfortable at 93 if I need to be, but I usually want my defense at least over 86, or to be at 86 if I do that. I don't like the Dragon Lord being able to swing for 49 when I'm under the 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm very impressed that you went on 17, because I was... when you finished up2ng, I was doing the grind, and I had just hit 17, and I looked at my stats, and I was just like, I'm going to forfeit now.
Wait, you went on 17? Sorry?
No, I just hit 17, I thought. I'm not sure.
No, up
Hit
to it.
18.
Up to...
What?
Yeah, you went on 17?
Yeah, 17 had 121 attack power for strength HP. So I was really hoping to find the Fighter's Ring. It's because it just seemed like that would make things a little better. And yeah, I had to swing, I think, on like 49 like twice, and yeah, it was very sketchy. I ended up winning with 1 HP and 0 MP, so that's why I was kind of sad that you guys didn't see it.
Oh my goodness, that must have been a nail biter.
I hope you end up finding that FOD, because I need to see the clip of that end.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I just don't remember ever really setting up local recording, so maybe it was there from a long time ago, but I know those things take up tons of space, so I just probably don't have it, so we'll see.
You can check your OBS settings if you want, if it's in there.
Alright, where would that be?
I am looking at it. Good. Yeah.
Like, should I push stop streaming?
Output. Yes.
Maybe I should stop streaming. Alright.
It should be under output, and then recording path will tell you where it would be if it's in there at all.
I am not good with OBS. I don't see anything that says output. Oh, under settings, you mean?
Settings, yeah, settings.
So one wonders what rBarbaloot is going to do when he hits 17 and sees that this is not even close to go stats.
So
he's only 16 now.
So on that note, one reason I wasn't taking the Fighter's Ring into account, I think I may have just been blanking on it, but I know at one point I had thought about it, was because I had died to red dragons before I got to the last chest in the grave, and so I didn't want to bank on diving on anything in Charlock before I, given that one of those things could be in the grave, and I had that nice little red dragon grind, so that's the other thing, is I didn't want to risk not having one of those, or banking on an item that I couldn't find.
Alright, so there is a recording path here. So, does that mean that there's something in there if I look?
It means that there could be.
It's like some folder that I have never heard of. So
it means that if try Control R, or not Control, when R I think, and try and find that path. If you have a recording, it will be there. File show... Is that a thing? Oh, file show recordings in OBS.
Oh, does that like bring up the folder or something? Okay, let's see if that's something. Okay, so what am I even looking for? FLV files? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Whatever it showed in your settings page, just look to see if there's any, like, movies. Like, is there anything in that path?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh no.
I mean, the path is like, there's a path there, but I don't know if you have to like turn it on or something. Like, I don't know anything about OBS.
In OBS, there's a handful of buttons at the bottom right, like where you hit start streaming. Below that, there's an option called start recording. That is how you would record.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably not going to be a file, so... Yeah, whatever.
That's too bad. It would have been fun to watch the end of that, but, yeah, but,
Yeah, so what was your time, Thilotilo? I kind of, like, expected to be, like, a half an hour behind. It was, like, so bad. My first hour was so bad.
it was 1:54 was where I finished.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, there's, like, no way I could have even been close. That was so bad.
I was saying earlier before you came in that after looking at all the monsters, I didn't see Cole early on. I got killed by a Star Wyvern down there before I was able to get it or be able to see it when I went south. So I never found Cole. So I just was like, I gotta find a way to do this. And it came to the point where I was like, literally my best odds of getting experience at this point are to just crit, are to find a ghost and keep swinging until I crit it. And I think that's what I did to finally get to level 2. If not, I did it right after I hit level 2. But there were a lot of early crits. That was my strategy because I couldn't see another way to get off the ground.
Now, rBarbaloot is actually making a dive into Charlock on level 16. On 118 attack power.
I mean, you could potentially be thinking about Death Necklace strats, you know? I mean, the Death Necklace at this point is going to take you down to, what, like 90? Something like that?
Hit points are only at 118, so...
The hit points are at 118? I knew the attack power was. I was thinking the hit points were at 120. But, yeah, 118. Oof. So, yeah, that's going to be... that's going to drop you down to, I think, 89... Yeah, that'll be 89 or 90 at that.
Not only that, but only 114 MP.
Yeah, but at 130 attack power, or 128 attack power, 17 swings, that's 14 heal mores, and that, yeah, no, not happening.
But why is he even going? Like, is he just going here to get this stuff out?
Fighter's ring. I mean, he got the Death Necklace.
Yeah, if you put the Fighter's Ring in and take that up to 130, then it's 16 heal mores. It's theoretically doable, but it's going to take an awful lot to make it happen.
X Knights also have DL2 breath, so over half the monsters in Charlock had DL2 breath.
Well, that's fun. Yeah, I never saw an Axe Knight, a Wizard, or a Stone Man until I got to Charlock. And I never saw a move from any of them, so...
Yeah, Wizards had DL2 breath. Axe Knights apparently have DL2 breath. The only ones that don't are the Armored Knights, which were... we call them the AK 4.7s this time around. And then the Dwagons, which just wanted to use Bite more. Which, you know, on the one hand, it's, you know, you're not getting DL2 or sleep. On the other hand, Bite more from a red dragon still hurts.
Yeah, I was quite pleased to not see a red dragon in the dive. I was debating actually what to do if I saw an Armored Knight, because they were so ridiculously free that while I'm about a 50% to run from them, I was going, okay, so I can take my chances that I'm a 50% to run from them, but, you know, you could run fail several times, or I can swing and guarantee that within, you know, 4 turns, I'm free. So I debated long and hard about what to do in the case of an AK-47. I think I ultimately decided to run anyway, but there is definitely an argument to be made for swinging through those on your way down, because they're totally free, and it guarantees the battle can't last more than, you know, in turns.
And that's actually what rBarbaloot is doing right now. In fact, rBarbaloot is going to get close to 17 here.
Might just be trying to see what the spike tile is, maybe get 17 off of it.
Honestly, in his shoes, I would do the one thing that I typically advise against, which is I would heel walk and hope to keep running into these AK-47s, because as long as you run from the other stuff, and it's all pretty run-fromable at this point, then those AK-47s can get you there pretty easily without losing any resources. And then once you get to the right hit point level, you go for it, and, you know, as up2ng mentioned, it is doable at this level.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of the word that you used in the broadcast the other day. It was definitely run-fromable. That was just totally... I was like, what did he say there? That was good.
Oh!
Made-up words are the best words.
Oh
That
no!
hurt.
He tried to take the Axe Knight, and the Axe Knight took him. Exact damage.
I mean, I guess at least it did him the favor of having to decide whether to go on 17 while up there.
And now assuming he opened all the chests outside of Sherlock, he knows the fighter's ring is at the judges' table. I don't know if that's what he was looking for in particular down there or not, but he can, but at least he knows this time, well, if I dive, I can go grab that real fast and increase my odds even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 123, like up2ng was saying, at 123, it's absolutely, you're a favorite to win. Not a substantial one, but you are a favorite.
And now he's just grinding this area here with these werewolves, just to be able to try and get out this level 17, because he's, you know, he's about 450 experience out.
So, now that I think about it, what is the damage calculation with DL2 breaths without the armor? Is it just always 72 damage?
65 to 72, you know, same odds of, or 1 out of 8 odds of being in any of those numbers. Then once you have the armor, you have a 1 out of 8 chance of it being 42 or 48, and you have a 3 out of 8 chance of it being 44 or 46.
Huh.
And that's just because it divides by 3, then multiplies by 2. And if you just take each of those numbers, divide by 3, truncate it, and multiply by 2, that's where you get that. So it's not any kind of inherent thing to weight the middle numbers better, as much as it is just a factor of math.
Alright, there's 17 for rBarbaloot.
Wow, and he's still going. I know that if I were him, I hit 17, I saw those stats, I would have just been like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah. I feel like
Sorry.
Yep. Oh no, he says he's gonna finish the seed out.
I feel like once you've taken it to this point, you're like, well, let's just push it. Like, you're at a point where you just go, I'm in it enough. There's nothing more the seed can do to me to hurt me. I'm just gonna finish it out.
I hope he goes to the judges' table to see if the fighter's ring is there, because
it has to be there.
That really annoyed me. I'm pretty sure I full cleared everything, and it would have really been nice to see that. Yeah, it has to be at the judges' table. It would be nice if he went there. Somebody tell him to go to the judges' table. No, don't do that.
I don't wanna. Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
That would be improper, but yeah, and I know we all know you're kidding, but you know.
I will say I want to give props to Beta Strip. I honestly don't ever know any numbers for my damage calculations from monsters to me. Like, I know how to calculate them, but I don't actually know any of the numbers that they're going to throw at me or have it pre-calculated. So I have no idea what damage range monsters do. I tend to just, when I'm fighting a grind monster, look at its lowest number that I see from it, multiply that by 2, add 1, and say, okay, it can't do more than this, and just base everything on that. But I was taught recently that with red dragons and golems, 80 is the magic number, and you basically treat 80 like you treat... 80 is the magic number for 40 damage, and you treat that like you treat 86 for the Dragon Lord, to go up and down. So when having to deal with so many red dragons in this seed, I was able to properly be safe, whereas I have never done that. Before, I just had a sense of how much it could be.
What was your death count, Thilotilo?
Looks like it was 19?
That's not bad.
Fitzen's was apparently 39.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah, it's crazy. I only had 14 deaths because of how I played it. I had 14 deaths, but I had a lot of resets, too, which obviously that doesn't show up in the, on the, the in-game death count thing.
Yeah, I thought Fitzen was gonna join us.
No, I think he did for a minute, right? I thought I heard his voice.
For a minute, but yeah.
Oh, man.
I was really surprised at the end, my endgame stats, that I had 10 crits out of 375 attacks, because I had, I feel like 8 crits in the first 20 minutes. I just kept critting monsters, and it was really nice because of how difficult it was to get off the ground and get that experience. But I was expecting to have this ridiculous crit rate when I got to the final stats, and only 10 out of, basically 1 out of 37 was my rate, which really surprised me.
Oh, up2ng, I wanted to know, wasn't it kind of scary just, resetting so much, up to 15 minutes in?
Yeah, that was a tilty start. I don't think I really played the start very well, but it also went really badly for me as well. So, yeah, that was very stressful. I thought I was way behind all the way there from then on. Some fun stats for me is I finished with using stop spell 39 times. It's not a great seed when that happens. And Droll Magi's fought 35. So
Who are
gives
you?
An indication of what I was busy doing.
Who are you using stop spell on?
The Droll Magi and the Werewolf.
Which is funny because I didn't see a heal from a Droll Magi until I was walking to Sharlock basically at the end, and I didn't see a heal from a Werewolf until I was just whacking stuff down later on. I hurt down so many of them and never saw one of those. So they must have both been 25%, but that's rough.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, I was busy grinding a zone that had werewolves and Droll Magi for 40 minutes. So
that zone north of the castle.
Yeah, wow, you remember that one? Yep.
Oh yeah, I sat there. Well, it messed me up because that zone also has poltergeists and Magidrakees, and it made it so hard for me to figure out where those zone lines were.
Yeah, I just cast repel, so I didn't see those.
Yeah, once I cast repel is where I realized where the zone lines were for that, because I'd been grinding on that zone with the wolves and the skeletons or whatever for a little while, and then I went to finish off the north part of the map, and I was like, oh hey, look, here's Droll Magi, let's go at them instead.
So, I did want to ask, rBarbaloot says it's not necessary to keep the stream up. I'm good either way. I leave this up to the rest of the commentary booth. They want to do. Do we want to keep the stream going till he finishes, or do we want to finish out interviews and drop? Also, apparently Shiniki's gone.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't an official commentator, so I was leaving it up to you guys. I don't even have the race open. I'm not sure what's happening. Is rBarbaloot diving, or are we still far away?
He's grinding to 18. He's about 1,000 experience away from 18 at this point.
Okay.
And so one would assume, since he was trying to go at 16 earlier, at least grind to 17 on the way down, that at 18 he's going to make that dive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you guys. It'd probably be like 7 or 8 more minutes to complete that. Yeah, so 18 had 3 more power, you said? That's not like a fist pump, let's go. That's kind of like...
It had that, but it also had...
HP?
14 extra MP.
Oh, that's good too, yeah.
So you
didn't have Death Necklace HP, though?
No, I had 125 HP, 130 MP, 124 attack power, and 85 agility.
Oh, 130, yeah, so that's good. That's like 2 extra heal mores, I think, compared to 17.
Yeah.
I think we had 116. I decided to use Radiant because I got rid of all my torches for Fairy Waters, so then I was at 114, immediately like get run blocked by a wizard and he breathes fire on me, so I was like, repel. I only had 81 defense, but then like the wizard had to go and do that, so I was like, you know what, I can repel this one monster, I'm gonna go ahead and repel.
I had those same thoughts. I did the Dark Walk in Charlock because I was at 130, which meant I had a repel or a radiant to use, and I was like, you know what, let me check these zones first, because if I hadn't seen a wizard all game, and I was like, if I see a wizard and it has something nasty, I'm going to want to save that for repel instead to get through that zone. I did see wizards, they never did anything but swing at me, so I ended up just actually still having that extra 2 at the end, but definitely using the MP for repel was on my mind just for those wizards.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how much stuff was nasty when we first started to leave the castle. I ran into several Star Wyvern that were really bad. The wizard, eventually, I saw them, and that was really bad. There were blue dragons kind of right around the coal area. There was a red dragon there. I was just like, I don't know how anyone's going to get anywhere, so I decided to just grind until level 12.
Yeah, basically that's what I did too. I may have only grinded to level 10 or 11, but to whatever the 1500 level is, and I started kind of exploring out a little bit, try to see what was happening, but I ended up using the Werewolves and Knights by Cole to get all the way to the 2175 level. It just, all the time I'm sitting there grinding, I'm going, yeah, I'm sure up2ng's at least doing this or doing something more efficient, because this is that seed where you need to just dedicate yourself to the grind and not try to branch out.
You got to see how bad my first 20 minutes went. It was just like a comical. It was super bad. And then so I'm pretty sure 12 is the 3000 level. I didn't leave until I got hurt more. It was just I didn't want any part of that map at all. It was so bad. It was rough.
I think once I had enough HP that I could theoretically do hurt, heal more back and forths with stuff, I decided to go for it. But that did bite me because when I was diving the grave, I lost like 6 or 7 heal mores trying to get away from a red dragon, and then ran into another one a few steps later and was done because we only had like 40 agility at that point. There were enough good hurt monsters along the way that it didn't hurt me too much to explore, but definitely grinding up to hurt more was on my mind as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we must have just had totally different samples. Like, that I went out probably 3 or 4 times just to see if there was something nearby or whatever, and I did not see like hurt monsters. I didn't see anything that was anywhere even remotely defeatable. So it was like, wow, we're not going to be able to get anywhere.
I mean, I didn't go past Cole until we were almost like, I don't know, an hour into the seed, something like that. I didn't cross that swamp beside Cole for a really, really long time. Because, yeah, I was nervous to start off with. Okay, well, I'm not exploring, I'm just sitting here grinding. What if somebody walked out and found something? And as the seed kept going on, I'm like, nobody got out and found something. There's no way anybody got out and found something.
I mean, fairly early on, actually, I did find the caves. Like, so I tried to run through Swamp Cave, level 7 or 8 or something. And, of course, there's a red dragon in there. So I was like, you know what? That's the end of that. We're just not... Everywhere I went, it was not going to be possible.
Yeah.
Well, we do have rBarbaloot has got his level 18 is staying at the Inn and Cole, and one is assuming directly making his way to Sharlock. A red dragon is trying to avoid that happening, but it looks like he's going there. Now the question is he going to go judge's table and check out the for the ring, which is
he's got to buy fairy water, right? Like 18 sounds like it only has 124 for attack power. That's not great.
It's not great, but, again, I see with my chart, I've got 19 swings at 124, gives you really good odds to win, and with a tamed Sharlock and 16 Healmores, and 125 attack power,
I forgot all that MP you got, and the HP. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's really not necessary. Again, unless you're like me and don't manufacture a single double, you're probably in pretty good shape, regardless. Especially if he goes and grabs the ring on top of that, then all of a sudden his numbers improve.
That's crazy. No doubles. Wow. I must have had... I had like 3 doubles or something. Some of them were like clenchy and close. I think I swung on 47 once, but...
I think I had one or two opportunities to swing on 47, but I thought it was I thought I was good enough that it wasn't going to happen, and my rolls kept going. Are you sure you shouldn't have swung there?
Yeah, I think I had done 143, and I was sitting on 47 HP with 1 heal more left. And I was just like, ugh. If I heal right now, I'm only getting 2 more swings, and that's looking like I can get to like 158. So I took a swing there. I was glad I did, because I needed the next swing. He had close to max HP. I don't know exactly what it was, but...
I managed to... So at 124, I'm doing 6 to 12. My next to last swing got me to 153. And so I'm like, this is scary. But my final swing was 12, so I covered the range. But it is not comfortable to have gone all that time and be sitting there at 153 going, uh-oh.
Yeah, because I think I did get to 159 and it wasn't enough. And then I swung for 5 and that was enough. So I was like, okay. Of course, I have to not cover the range on the last hit. Like, min roll. But, yeah, what a seed that was. That was gross.
That was gross is a great word for it. It was I think frustrating, maybe the word I would use for it, just because it's one of those seeds where you felt like no decision was a good one.
The very beginning was just so ridiculous because, like, at first I go into the treasury, the best thing I find there is a torch, and I was going to be okay with that. I was like, alright, well, let's just do that, we'll find keys later. I throw my torch at a ghost, I do 6 damage, and it wasn't enough, and, like, 3 turns later, he casts heal. And it was just like, okay, reset. So now I reset, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just keep the key. Then I'm walking around, and there's nothing to kill. I check all 3 zones. I'm like, alright, so there's nothing in the primary zone. I go up, I'm running away from Druins for like 10, 12 Druins. No, there's nothing down there. So I check all the zones. It was so bad.
Although I will say, they mentioned you ended up selling the wings for torches to use.
Yes.
That was really heads up. I didn't see Cole, but that was a really heads up decision.
2 Drakeemas from that to get me to whatever the level it was, level 5 or whatever. Level 4, I guess. Yeah. So I jumped from, like, the 5 experience from the 5 slimes, and I went from there to, like, 45 from the 2 Drakeemas.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it took several tries to even get to the town to be able to do that. Yeah, that wasn't an easy town to get to. So I had to, I was like constantly saving. So I grind up, leather armor and small shield money. All right, I'm gonna save so I can get to the town. Takes like 4 tries to get to the town. Reset. Okay, so now I have some gear. I have a club, then like leather armor. So then I'm grinding more. I get hand axe money. I go save. Takes like 4 trips to go. It was so rough. Like I never like went back and like saved so many times in the seed. That was so stupid.
I had a kind of a different thing. Once getting off there, and I was grinding in that area north of the castle, or east of the castle, I guess. It had wolves and drolls and skeletons and scorpions, and I was going at that, and I got to like, I don't remember what the number was, but I got to a decent amount of number where I could have potentially gotten a hand axe. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make our way to Cole. If I die on the way, then I'll just get keys instead with this money, and that's exactly what happened. So I was able to get myself a few keys in case I ever found like Garenham or something like that early on. But was able to make Cole my second time I grinded up the hand axe money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, at some point you have to get the keys because there was no gold anywhere, right? So you have to like save up to just buy more keys. It's so slow.
I do think if there had been a fairy water in the treasury, I probably would have given up my key, the torch. The torch just frustrated me because that's still just 4 experience. And,
Right, and so if there's not a slime, like, that's the problem, is I saw the ghost right away, but then there was no slime. So, I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to try this again, I'm going to get the torch again, and then I'm just going to be stuck at 4 experience. Like, how's that going to help? So.
Yeah, exactly. But fairy water, there were scorpions there, and I would have taken that in a second and thrown away that key. I was disappointed.
We're on the Dragon Lord 2 fight.
Alright, good luck to rBarbaloot.
But 7.
Yeah,
you've got the good stream, so you're all live.
I can't wait to just pour a glass of wine and just like see how all you guys got off the ground in this one. Just like I don't even know how everybody got to level 4 at all.
Already getting a double.
Uh, 39. Uh, 45. And this is not the greatest.
Yeah, but
57.
Having manufactured 2 doubles already, that's going to help out a lot. You can handle a couple of low rolls with that.
Oh boy. Wait, we still have 10 Hillmores?
I think he's in good shape. But it is a risky little thing. But 87, that means he's only got a max of 78 left, having used half his Healmore, so I think he's fine.
Ew, there's a low roll.
Still got like 8 swings, and 8 times 6 is almost enough to cover the range. So I think this is basically a lock, unless he basically rolls all 6s the rest of the way.
Don't say that yet.
Promptly rolls a 6, but then gets a double. So, good stuff. I'm not sure the Dragon Lord ever hit me for less than 38 in mine. It was disappointing.
Alright, 146. We're almost there. So 157.
157 did not cover the range. I guess you mentioned 159. Is that what you said, or you said it got 157?
157, and then... Yeah, 166.
Swag torch! I love it!
GG. Let's see that Dragon Lord too. Alright, let's see. 161 HP. GG's. Let's make sure he knows that we're, Wow, that was a thing.
A thing it was.
Hello, GG's.
GG!
Thanks. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, you're fine. You are perfectly fine.
That seed was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started being fun after an hour and a half or so, but that first 90 minutes was just awful. I'm still waiting to see how many Star Wyvern deaths I have when it shows the stats in a little bit. But, ugh. Once I even finally decided to go through the swamp cave and give up on my idea of getting a large shield and coal, even then it took me probably 20 minutes just to make it to the swamp cave alive.
Yikes.
But yeah, things eventually picked up once I hit level 13 or so, then eventually got Erdrick's armor. And then I think it was level 17 when I was diving Charlock, where the stat gains were just so terrible that I realized it was still going to take a while. I needed another level. But yeah, I was determined to finish out the seed. So yeah, there we have it.
I remember just for my race, against my opponent, when I found the sword, I thought that I might be losing by like half an hour because I did so much grinding and stuff in the early game, and it was possible to get that sword like pretty early. Not like really early, but I felt like I was very behind getting the sword, and I was just like, ugh.
Sorry, where was the sword even again? It was so long ago.
I think you had to defeat the Hawksness Guardian, but it was just a green dragon.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it could have been done, earlier with like sleep and hurt and different things. You would have had to get to Hawksness, but it was on the same side of the world as Start. It was just like way south. But I just felt like my opponent maybe could have gotten it really much faster than me. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I knew that area to the left of Charlock was there, and I still needed to explore it, but without Erdrick's armor, I didn't want to go walking through all that swamp when it looked like it could easily be a dead end. So I ended up coming back to it way late, after exploring all over the second continent.
Yeah, I was really late to that area as well. I had already had to get Erdrick's armor before I was willing to go there.
Yep, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, GG Thilotilo. I imagine this probably clinches a spot in the playoffs for you if you hadn't already gotten there.
Yeah, last night clinched the playoff spot for me. This week or today clinched the bye for me. So I'm happy.
All right, yeah, congratulations. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
GG's. Let's watch through these stats real quick and say we call it a night. How you guys think?
Hooray!
Sounds good. Thanks to all the commentators and the trackers for staying with me that long.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, you managed to sub 3 hour this.
Just barely.
Just barely still does it. Alright. Unfortunately, Sneaky, I think, lost internet.
Thank you to the crew. Much
Yep.
appreciated.
So let's drop some links in chat. Follow our runners. Follow our team. We've got Fitzentoaster, up2ng, Thilotilo, rBarbaloot. I am Math Girl. I've been your restreamer and commentator for today. Sneaky was with me on comms. Beta Strip and Camion Renokai are trackers. Have a great night, everybody.